Let's build a computer, shall we? I've got a computer I got to build, so I figured I would just start streaming and build it. Let's get to it. The parts are down there in the description. It's kind of a budget build, office type computer, I guess you could say. We've got a B450M DS3H from Gigabyte. That's what we're going to be building on here. I'm just going to blast right through this because I want to get this done. I'm going to go fast. Hey, what's up, Crypto Miner Tips? A little quick computer build, hopefully quick anyway. They stopped putting foam on the bottom of the motherboards for some reason. I don't know why. Cost, I guess. I don't know. Weird. Alright. So, we got 16 gigs of memory, Corsair, Vengeance, LPX. Nothing too fancy. Hey, what's up, Shancoin? This is not my computer. It's a decent build. I mean, the processor's a little weak. It's a 1600, but still decent. Definitely decent for office type work. I should have a table and not a ottoman like this. It'll be alright. Straight down, people, straight down. Don't let it flip on you. Alright, so we also have 970 EVO NVMe, M.2. It's going to go right here. Can't really see the chat that well, but I'll try to pay attention. Y'all are talking over there. My audio okay, or is it too low, or what? The mic is really far away from me, but I would have expected to pick up pretty well. There's not too much going on in here, so. Did I get into this? Oh, there we go. Pretty cool how far our hard drives have come, huh? I dig it. So the screw for the M.2 actually is already on the motherboard. That's kind of neat. And it's already in the right spot. So that will be okay. Let me grab, I do need a little screwdriver here. Can't really do any too like zoomed up shots or anything like that. I just kind of want to get this thing done. So going to be going kind of fast. I guess this is a pretty good hard drive. 970 EVO. I think it's a 500. All right, looking pretty good there. See if I can get a little better focus on there. Actually, I guess right there it looks all right, huh? I don't know if you can see the hard drive M.2 in there. All right, just can't get too close. All right, processor time. Ryzen 5, 1600. Not bad. Yeah. Maybe we should start doing giveaways like that, like hard drives and stuff like that. That would be kind of cool, I guess, instead of, you know, like mining channels normally give away GPUs and risers and stuff like that, but what about the hard drives, right? Alright. I can get a pretty good angle here. Little lever, it's got like a little latch right here. So you have to push it down, over, and then let it come up, right? Actually, this one doesn't spring up on its own. So you have to actually push it up. Then processor. Normally, there's going to be some type of a mark on here, like there's a little arrow right here. And then there will be an arrow on the motherboard, which is right here. And normally, you can kind of figure it out because it's always going to be situated in a way that makes sense for the writing on the processor for which direction it's going to go. And in this case, you know, it's kind of like this is basically the top of the processor, right? So like right here is the top of the slot, I guess you could say. So that is one way to look at it. The best way is to obviously look at the arrow, and then there's an arrow on the motherboard too. Let's see if I can show you that. Like right there. Wants to see me drop a processor. Probably just jinx myself. I'm pretty clumsy. And these are cool because this is actually, these processors actually have pins, unlike Intel. Like Intel is flat, right? So you have to be really careful. And obviously, you don't want to bend a pin or anything. So if you set it in there and it doesn't go, you're not going to want to put any force on it or anything like that, but it should just kind of fall in there, kind of like that. That was super easy, right? There's zero force going in, right? If it's lined up properly, it will just fall in there, just like that. And then push the lever down, lock it in place. That is it. All right, now the cooler is always a challenge, right? I don't built a lot of AMD machines, but the last machine I built was AMD, which was mine. Now this comes with a thermal paste pad stock on there, so you can, I don't know if you can see that or not. So you don't really want to mess with that. I would encourage you to use this one. I wouldn't say wipe it off and start with your own or anything. See if this is going to, I think I have to take off these brackets here because this is for a different type of processor. Probably not called, or I'm sorry, a fan, a cooler. Not called brackets. I don't know what they're called, but basically it holds the GPU or the fan down. And in this case, we're going to want to put it like this right here, probably. You always want to kind of know where your CPU fan header is, which is right here. So for the CPU fan, so you could probably, if the motherboard is going to be in there like this, right? Probably is. It's going to be in the case like this. So, you know, you could organize this, weight it to where it's like that, right? So it makes the most sense for the logo and all that stuff. If you want to go into it like that. Let's see about removing these. There's a plate on the back. This will be the first one I've done. I haven't done an older Ryzen like this. Not old, but I mean it is brand new, but I think it'll work the way I'm thinking, but we will see. So there's these little standoffs. I don't know if that, it looks like it will actually come out probably off the bottom. We're going to try to not do that. And actually the way I was organizing that might not work. I'm looking at it now, it actually has different orientation of the holes. It's not like a perfect square, so you can't decide which way you want it. You kind of have to go with how it works. So I'll just say that this right here is probably, fan headers over here, so we're probably going to put it on there like that. I think that makes sense. See if I'm going to be able to get to these. Screwdriver. Alright, let me know if I'm doing this wrong. I think that this is pretty straightforward. I'm looking at how this is organized here, the surface and everything. It looks like, leave that bracket in there, right? It does come out. I just let it fall out. So we're going to leave this in there. Okay. Only thing is, looks like really difficult to get to these screws here on the side of the. See what we can come up with here. Nobody's saying anything, so I guess I'm doing it right. I think I'm going to have to use a lot more pressure than what I'm using there. seat on the table, I think. Hang on a second, let me throw it up on the table. This is too soft. I was trying to be clever and use that. My little ottoman, so it makes it easy for the camera and stuff. Might have to break out the instructions on this thing. I think I'm getting it. One of those mechanical things, you know. I mean, once you get the feel for it, you kind of understand how it works, maybe. Like, it just locks down, and once it gets to a certain point, it just stops. So I would assume that means it's done. Okay, I think that's it. Feels a little weird, but there's like a lot of, it seems like it's a ton of pressure on there. I mean, I know there should be a lot, but it seems like there's way more than usual. Alright, so let's go ahead and plug up our fan. CPU fan header right there. I don't worry too much about the cabling. Alright, hard drive, memory, CPU, good to go. Now we need case. Case pretty super inexpensive case. It is a Thermaltake, but definitely not high end. Alright, got a fan on the back here, 120 millimeter it looks like. We'll plug that up later. We've got all the motherboard connections. We've got, I think there's, on the front of this, let me show you the front here. We got these type, got a USB 2.0, 3.0 I think, and then audio and all that stuff. Pretty decent little power switch and whatnot, reset switch. But the first one, this is actually the second case that I got like this, because the first one came whenever, you know, it was shipped. The whole front plate face was broken. The I don't know what you would call them. Pins, whatever goes into the actual case from the front case or the front face. They were just broken off, like it had been dropped or something. But what was funny about it was that the box didn't have any damage. So it was weird because it almost looked like it came that way in the box. It was weird. So I had to send that one back and get this one. All right. So we got the front. You know, you got your power switch, hard drive LED, reset switch, power LED, power switch, reset, and hard drive. We'll get that on there. Got to kind of figure out This case doesn't come with the standoffs already in place, so we'll have to figure that out as well. From the, it has somewhere around here. Yeah. Got case hardware. Got the standoffs, the brass standoffs, and all that. So we'll have to figure all that stuff out. Figure out what the motherboard. I think it's a ITX, so it's like super small. We'll have to figure that out too. Then you got hard drive or HD hard drive, HD audio, USB. I think this is for USB 3.0. So we'll get all that in there too. So let's go ahead and figure out how we are going to situate the motherboard in here. I know you're probably not going to be able to see this very well, but you kind of have to take it and figure out, okay, which holes, right? All I'm going to be doing is figuring out which holes need a standoff so I can put this in here like that, right? So just give me a second here. Put this back down. And most of them are pretty common. There's a few of them that you know you're going to have, right? Looks like you can also just do it outside of the case too, and just look at the motherboard, right? See where the holes are, and then put the standoffs in the correct place. Just depends on what your confidence level is, I guess. These must be like gold, because I think they only gave us exactly 9. That's like exactly the right amount. Looks like a pretty standard configuration here. Hey, what's up, mining chamber? What's up, Scott Becker? Just building a budget PC, not mine. Although it's probably all I need. I had the same computer for like 9 years. It was an i7, but it was a 2nd gen i7. That's what I was originally streaming with and editing videos and stuff on. Kind of crazy. I'm just putting the brass standoffs. Looks like they actually gave us, looks like I only need 6. So they did give us extras. For this particular motherboard anyway. Let me count here, make sure I'm right. Nope, I'm missing one. Another one right here, so we need 7 total. Let me see if I can increase the light level here. That might be a little bit better, but not much. Alright, so I'm just going to double check my work here. So I've got looks right. So now I gotta get in the motherboard box, get the I/O shield that comes with the motherboard for the back of the case. Did I say that the motherboard came with the standoffs or something? Chan coin. I thought I said it right, maybe not. I/O shield. Should just pop into place here. Alright. Now the motherboard screws are going to be, usually they're super small like this, and they are fine thread. Not to be confused with like the like hard drive rail coarse thread screws like this. Alright, so now we're ready to drop in the motherboard. You'll see it. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. What I like to do, I like to plug up the power and reset and all that stuff before actually dropping it in. Makes it a little bit easier because you're dealing with some fairly small stuff here. Here's most likely anyway. Didn't even look. Wait, let me get my glasses. I can't see anything. Yeah, it's called the F panel, and it looks like okay, I can barely see that. Oh my gosh, that's so small. Gotten even smaller. Power LED. Reset, power switch, speaker, we don't have that, power LED. Alright, I think I might have to actually look at the book to make sure, but I think we'll be alright here. Get this. Alright, we're gonna go power LED first, and there's a plus and a minus, right? Positive, negative. Alright, I'm gonna have to look at the book. I can't make heads or tails out of that. I'll make sure I'm getting the right thing here. And of course, they don't even have, this is the whole manual right here, one page. And it does not even specify, it doesn't show you, it doesn't like break it out. So it's probably online, I'd have to go online, which is fine, but we'll try to make this work here. Need a magnifying glass. All right, power. Power LED. Like it goes here. Maybe there, I don't know. power switch. Usually the print, you know, whatever the name is that's printed on it, goes on the outside of the motherboard so that you would be able to see it from, you know, typically it's not going to be, unless they really messed it up, it's not going to be, the words won't be on the inside, right? Or pointing towards the inside. So this is hard drive, it looks like right there. I think we're going to be able to do this. Hard drive, and then reset right here. Now y'all probably can't really see that too good, but I think we're good. Yeah, like the higher end cases definitely come, these days they come with standoffs pre-installed, which is nice. And they also actually come with like a guide. One of the standoffs will just be a nub, right, that goes through the motherboard to kind of like let you line it up properly. And yeah, that's super nice. But this is not a high-end build at all. So anyway, all right. So I think we got that squared away there. Let's do, what's this? We got HD audio, that's usually all the way back over here in the back. And again, usually the words are on the outside, facing the outside. All right. And we got USB 3.0 right here. That's usually pretty close to the F panel here. This is keyed. There's a key on the bottom here, so you can't really put it in the. There you go. Can't really put it in the wrong way. I mean, you can put it in the wrong way, but it's going to take quite a bit of force. All right. That, I think that's it. Nope. You got USB here. And you got a choice here. You've got two headers. You got USB 2, USB 1 right here. I'm going to go USB 1 with this. Maybe. Oh, come on. Okay, so this is a good example. All right. So you have to look at pins, right? See how there's one that's blocked off there, the bottom right hand corner there. So then you kind of have to look at the pin out, you know, the pins that are actually sticking out of the motherboard here, and line that up right. And in this case, the words are on the opposite side, right? So this says USB on that side, but you actually have to flip it around the other way for it to work. So the writing trick doesn't always work. Always double check. All right, so we got everything connected. We could go ahead and plug in this case fan too, I guess. We would look for a system fan or a case fan labeled in different ways. There's one right here. There's a header right there. So I'm going to plug in the case fan to that. If I can do it while holding on to it like this. I feel like I'm going to put too much pressure on it. Hang on a second. I know you can't really see this too well. All right, we're good. We're good. Line up your I/O panel in the back here, and tell me what y'all think, because I know whenever I have built, I haven't built a whole lot of computers lately, but some of the builds I've done in the past, these little metal tabs that are in the I/O shield would actually get inside of the port, right? So it's almost like it didn't line up right, probably because they were low-end builds, right? You know, budget builds or whatever. So the parts don't line up right. Now in this case, these actually look pretty good. I don't think I have anything to worry about here. I think it's good. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, very cool. All right, so I need 7 of the motherboard standoff screws. What I'm going to try to do is just drop them in place here. And make sure I don't have any cables underneath the motherboard or anything crazy like that. Looks good here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put one in there. I'm going to get a few turns on it so that the motherboard kind of stays in place, you know. I'm going to tighten it all the way down so that the motherboard can move around just a little bit as I'm throwing in these other screws. I do have a magnetic screwdriver. I might have to break that thing out. Would make this part quite a bit easier. I'll get a couple of turns on that one. The one at the top is a little tricky. It's up there by the memory. And the one by the I should have put them. Kind of funny, I'm kind of rushing, I guess. I should have put the power supply in first. Actually, might be better to do it like this. Gave us a little bit more room down here, but I don't know how that's going to work with the power supply. And what I think I might have missed one. Yep. Gotta come out. I missed a standoff. Didn't see this one right here in the bottom left hand corner, bottom right hand corner. That's funny. Man, I hate having to take this back out. Break out my other screwdriver set. Need some magnetism here. Alright, I'm gonna try to do it without magnetism here. Alright, so we only have this one handoff down here at the bottom. Okay, I think we're good now. Much easier if you get all the screws situated the first time and the standoffs and everything instead of going through this mess. Alright, so I think that I've got them all now. I think we might be good. Second time around. And honestly, we probably could have not worried about that one, but that ain't me. I like to be fairly precise with stuff, especially if it's related to motherboard standoffs and stuff. Over there. Oh, come on. All right, let's get the screws back in there. Okay, I'm making mistakes here. I am making some mistakes. Trying to go too fast and not thinking about this the right way. What do you think I missed? I'll tell you, I didn't tighten down the standoffs well enough. For this one, I guess it looks like I might have got a little cross on it. So this shouldn't be this hard. All right. Looks like it kind of cross-threaded and then so it didn't go in all the way, of course. I gotta break out the real tools. Try to do this without having to take the all the cables back off and stuff. Probably be better to take them off. Alright, I gotta do some surgery here. Start over, right? Because I didn't take my time, do it right. Basically, I've got a standoff that came off the, the case. It's being so hard. So the standoff, I don't know if you can see it right there. I guess I cross-threaded the screw, so whenever I was loosening it, the standoff came out. So don't do that. I should have taken a little bit more time and actually tightened down the standoffs a little bit better than just hand tight, you know. Alright, so we're going to build this thing twice. That is awesome. I used to have a nut driver that was perfect for this. Let me see, let's go have that. Yeah, definitely tighten down your standoffs because they use some time. All right, should be good now. Okay. Go back to square one on this. Audio. USB. Three. All right, now we're back to this. Where are my glasses? If I was going slow, I probably would have taken a picture of it. But we hadn't verified that it's right anyway, so. All right. Power switch. Right there. You know what? I think I had power LED. On the spot last time, so maybe this one. Man, this is taking way longer than I expected. Alright, hard drive LED. Here. Reset switch. So actually, I think I did actually have them in the wrong spot. You can see now they're all clustered on that left side, which is probably the right way that they're supposed to be. I think I was trying to use, there's a power LED right here also. but it's a 3. So maybe if it probably depends on the case. Like if the case has special features, like I know in my build, the case power light does a lot. It's like the hard drive light, it's the power light, it's all that stuff. So it's like a multi-purpose light. Maybe that's what that header is for. So it actually probably is a good thing that we kind of messed that up, or I messed it up. But yeah. Case fan back in there. Alright, I think we are solid now. That wasn't too much of a hiccup. It happens. I'm not tightening them all the way, I'm just dropping them in there and giving them a spin or two. Go around and tighten them at the end. Don't drop it. Oh, come on. Alright, we got one more here. Dang it. Go back over them one last time with a way oversized screwdriver. So you just really want to do like finger tight if you got a screwdriver this big. Like, and what I mean by finger tight is just like, you know, just barely turn it this a little bit. You'll strip it out super easy. Alright, glad that's over. I wish I would have never even noticed that I missed that standoff. Alright. So there's what she looks like so far. Looking alright, looking alright. Now we need the power supply. You see we got a big hole here. So we got a BS 450 Corsair. I think it's a, nope, it's not even a semi-modular. It's just a power supply. So again, budget build, right? Oh man, I'm already an hour in. That is way longer than I wanted to be doing this. Power cable. Yeah, definitely not modular in any way at all. But I think that this power supply was super cheap. It is brand new. But I think that it was, I forgot what I paid for it. Okay, so got the fans. It's a normal little power supply, but we're gonna have to do a little bit of cable management. I'm going to, because this case has a filter on the bottom, I'm actually gonna mount it that way so that the fan is actually on the bottom. It keeps the inside a little bit cleaner too, because the power is then on the side of the motherboard, right? So it kind of makes a little bit less cables like this sticking out, I guess you could say. Everything's closer to the motherboard. And power supplies take the coarse threaded hex head. It's always kind of a challenge whenever the case is laying down here like that. Can't see all the chat over here. Got a window in the way here. Okay. Power supply's in. So this motherboard has an 8-pin CPU power. Like up here, top left-hand corner is always near the CPU. And it'll be, typically you'll have a cable that's labeled CPU. Like this one. That is what's going to go there. So what I do is I always kind of like unravel all this mess here. And try to get less entanglement there. Then you want to look at which side has the catch or the clip there. And in this case, looks like it's on the inside, so the CPU, the actual words are towards the back of the case. But yours might be different. It would be really hard to put in there the wrong way because it's keyed in several different places inside the, in the end of the connector. Like you'll have some that are perfect square, some that are, I don't know what the shape is, but the corners are cut off, right? So typically it'll only fit in there one way. This is PCIe, but I'm not going to be using that. So CPU power is here, already plugged in. Now we need the 24-pin motherboard power, the main power. And to be honest, I think that is all we need. So at some point, they're probably going to be making power supplies that just have those two connectors, because with the hard drive on board now, right, pretty common. The only other thing you would need is maybe a PCIe for a video card if you're like gaming. So all these extra power stuff, I mean, in this case, we're not going to have a CD-ROM, not going to have an external hard drive, you know, definitely no floppy disk or anything like that. So yeah, I could see them like, look at all these extra cables I got here. They could save a lot by just giving us exactly what we need, right? So, you know, probably get, at some point they'll start decreasing that a little bit, the number of cables that they put on these things. I'm just plugging up the 24-pin power here. Can't really see it, I guess. This one's usually pretty tricky because you're kind of listening for a click, but sometimes it doesn't click because it's pretty difficult to get in there to begin with. I like to support it on the back because it takes quite a bit of pressure. And it did click, so that's good. I mean, the motherboard's bending, right? So it's like it's kind of freaky. But that looks good. So all these cables here are just going to be bundled up. Bundled back up. Slide it down there like that. I think that'll be okay. I mean, this is not like a gamer build or anything like that. It's just business stuff, so. I still like it to be somewhat neat, tidy, and all that stuff with cables and whatnot. Probably put I'm not going to do this yet. I'm just kind of eyeballing it right now. You always want to have it, you know, powered up and all that stuff and test it out before you start doing cable management. Cable management's the last thing you should do. Not too bad. Decent little machine here. Alright, so I think that we are ready to we could probably apply some power to it. Let me think here. I don't have a monitor. I don't have a monitor that I can easily connect right this second. All right, yeah, let me take a couple minutes here, and I'm going to reorganize this and maybe get it to where I have a monitor. I need a cheap, like really cheap monitor for doing this kind of stuff. I used to have one, but it went bad. It finally went bad. I'm gonna get me another one. Yeah, it does. I think it, yeah, it's got both sides removable. But yeah, that's true. I could probably route, that's a good point. I could clean this up quite a bit because I could put everything behind it. Let me see if there's room though. Good idea, good catch. Sometimes that kind of stuff happens whenever you're kind of rushing like I am, and then I got into all that trouble with the with the motherboard and all that standoff and whatnot. Alright, so here's the other side, and as you can see, I mean, there's a little bit of room over here, but this case is really close to this, all of this right here. So let me but there's a lot of room right here. So if I route everything just up right here and maybe zip tie it or something, yeah, let's do that. Did you hear that? That was one of those the posts for the front case. Hope I didn't break it. That I was talking about earlier with the first case that I got that they shipped. It was broke on the front. Posts were broke off of it. Don't like that sound, huh? Let's see if this is going to even work. Alright, so here's what it looks like before. Kind of a mess. Yeah, I think we can probably clean this up a little bit. We go. Yeah, I think yeah, that's a good point. I think I'll do this. I'm gonna add to the time though, because I gotta disconnect all these power cables and stuff. It won't take but a minute. And actually, you know what? We probably should do the same with all these other cables. Hey, why didn't y'all tell me that earlier? I just wanted to waste my time here, I guess. I'm just kidding. Alright, we're all learning something here, I guess. At least I am. Alright, I'm gonna not mess with F panel here. I can just feed that through there. I think I'll be alright there. Clean that up a little bit. It's got a onboard video. Oh, y'all were telling me about the cables? My bad. I wasn't looking over there. Alright, let's set this thing up. I'm gonna see what I will be able to feed through here. before and after of this cable management here is going to be pretty sick, because this is probably going to make a pretty big difference in the look. Not that I'm really worried about the look of it, but it is kind of nice to have it clean looking, right? I do agree with that. Well, let's go ahead and do this one too while we're at it. How cool will that be if I did that right? I kind of kept them together, and I think I got it on there right. Kept them together whenever I pulled them off. HD audio going over here like that. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go in the same way so that I can go bundle all the cables together. All right, looking pretty clean. Something out with that. All right. Pretty good little angle here. I think I got it. I don't think that's gonna work though. I'm about to go. Yeah, I went in the wrong place here. I need to go through the side here. So that the cables out underneath would make more sense. I know you can't really see the back, but this is going to make more sense to go through here like this. think it's all the way on there. Alright, cool. CPU power here. I don't think there's going to be a spot. Yeah, there's not a spot in the top. On the back, there's no room to feed it close to where the CPU power is up there. But I might be able to go, if I have enough slack here, I might be able to go across it, across the top here. Here. Yeah, that might work. Not too bad, I guess, huh? And that wouldn't work if I had a fan on the top. I mean, I'd have to do something different. It'll work for now, I guess. What I probably need to do, actually, let's see if I can get this. The way this case is on the back, it just makes more sense to go in this little side compartment here, or this little side window. I don't know if y'all can see what I'm doing here, but it's a little bit different. It's not going through here, you know, it's going through different spot here. I don't know if that's going to work or not. And the reason I need to do that is because the back, there's just not very much room back there for the side of the case to go on. So I have to be careful with how many cables I actually allow. Let me flip it around so you can kind of see what I'm talking about here. So see, the case, the side of the case is so close to this that I can't run cables through here, which is typically where you would normally run them. So instead of going through this opening, because then there's going to be too much. I mean, it might work, but it would be really close, especially with the huge 24 pin. That was not going to work. This one might have worked, but I'll leave it like that. So where we're at, what is this right here? We need USB. Put that down through here. Got USB in there. Then I guess we could probably take all these other cables and maybe we can bundle them up in the back here. I mean, if the cable, or I'm sorry, if the back of the case had just a little bit more room, then you know you could run the cables any way you wanted. But it just looks like it was going to be too close. Didn't want the side of the case to be bulging or anything like that. See, this is why modular case power supplies are really cool. You just plug in what you need. I have all this extra stuff. All right, cool stuff, cool stuff. What I need to do now is get all these up here. Okay, we're getting there, we're getting there. Okay. 24 pin is just viciously twisted there. I don't really like that too much, but I don't think there's much we can do about it. What that was that this fell. Now, here's going to be the kicker here is whether or not, I mean, we've got room here, but this is like where the hard drives would go, right? So, I mean, you'll be able to see that from the other side, but we might have to tuck all this little bundle here into that spot because I don't think we're gonna, I mean, I could probably separate them out one by one and route them around maybe, but that might be too much work for this system. I think for right now, especially until we get it tested and everything, I'm just going to bundle them up and throw them in that where the hard drives go. Just for now. Might do a little bit of extra cleaning later. Fire management and all that stuff. See if the case fits on there pretty well for the side. Yep. Okay, so it does have, I'm just noticing this now, it does give you a little bit of more space here. See how it's kind of, the word escapes me, but it's been stamped basically to make a little bit more room in there. So we might could have gotten away with routing them the other way now that I'm looking at it. So we could have maybe gone through here and been just a tad bit cleaner, but I think we're all right. This doesn't look bad. I'm all right with it. All right, so let's see what it looks like now. A lot cleaner. Not bad at all. Alright, so now now let me try to set up a monitor and stuff. So I need a, let's see here. Ow, I bumped my head. All right. That. And then we need power cable. Oh, that's what fell, was the power cable, it looks like. Yeah, it's quite a bit cleaner, right, Chan? Thanks for making that, whoever it was that was telling me to route it the correct way. I don't know if it was you, Chan, or somebody else in there. Yeah, it was good to route those cables the other way. That was smart. I'm just trying to set up so I can get a monitor going and stuff, so just give me just a second here. I need my office is a wreck. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Let's see. Might work. Actually getting a little bit of a sore throat. I feel like I'm getting sick. That's not good. Let's see here. All right, we're gonna try to power it up here. All right, pressing the power on button. That would power light. I assume this is hard drive over here, maybe. No beep or anything, but that's pretty common these days. Plus, there's no speaker. So. See if I can get this monitor switched over. Alright, so I'm using the DVI. Don't see any, not going to display just yet. Yeah, the bottom rig's not mine in there, Chankling. It's only got three, I got two RX 570s and a 1580 in there. So nothing looks weird in here, nothing. No display. Everything looks right to me. And it's powering up. CPU fan. Everything else. Hard drive's in there. Only thing it could be is I put the memory in 1 and 2. It does have a HDMI for video too, but oh. Okay, I got you. Okay, that would make sense. This, because it's a 1600, right? Then it doesn't have the built-in GPU. That would make perfect sense. All right, so I need to grab a GPU. That's not going to be that easy. So there's no integrated GPU. I'm used to like Intel builds, but you know, pretty much every Intel has a built-in GPU. All right, so this is going to be a challenge. All right, yeah, I was trying to use the integrated, but there's not an integrated. That makes perfect sense now. All right, so give me a minute here. I'm going to yank out one of these GPUs, mining GPUs, and throw it in there and get to it. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge because I got my stuff is set up now. Okay, so let's do this. I need, oh boy. Yeah, I have to listen to, I don't know if y'all noticed or not, I got headphones on because, you know, I like to listen to music and I can't listen to music and do this at the same time because I'll get like flagged for copyright and all that stuff, so I have to use headphones. All right, so I have I think this is a 570. Yeah, 570. One of those awesome MSI Armor Mark IIs. Freaking awesome. Love those cards. Got this top two, it looks like. Oh, you know what? That sucks. Because now I need PCIe power. Oh, jeez. Guess I should have been looking at the chat. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, Chan. We're probably saying, hey, you're gonna need power for the GPU. Man, we are going to get through this. This is the longest budget build ever. PCIe. But that's kind of a testament to not doing cable management before you're all up and running, right? See, I was sitting down whenever I lined it up, so it's actually not the top one, two in the middle. Okay, so now it's got an RX 570 in it. Probably not the way it's going to end up. So I wonder what everybody else is doing tonight. Are there any other streams going on? I think, wasn't DCA doing something tonight? I was really looking forward to this taking about 1 hour maximum. But we're almost 2 hours in. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Alright, so there's what it looks like now. Gotta do a block off plate back here. And the motherboard came with a couple of extras, I think. Yeah, the last computer I built was my workstation, and it was kind of a lot more high end than this. Things were a little bit different. I used to build AMD rigs all the time, or computers all the time. But my last few, over the years, they've always been Intel. So real recently. Alright, so we got that back on there. Let's see, now that we've routed a few more, let's see if we can hook this in here like this, maybe. Ooh, this might work. Well, y'all can watch DCA and watch me build a computer. Try to build a computer. Yeah, that kind of worked. Good with that. Okay, try this again. Power on. Still no video. Oh, there it goes. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. We have video. So now we have to install Windows. All right, let me grab the USB drive here. Alright, let's boot up off of the USB here. Hopefully we'll see if this works. Windows setup. Looking pretty solid. I don't have a keyboard attached yet though. Let's do that. I'm gonna go ahead and plug up mouse too because I'm lazy. Kind of curious to see what kind of basic performance this thing gets, because this is a 1600, you know, definitely not a high-end machine or anything. Try to type in this product key without y'all seeing it. Now this machine's not only, I don't have a network cable connected to it or anything like just yet, but this took a lot longer than I wanted it to. That's for sure. No, Chan, you're good, man. I should have done it the right way the first time. No, I would rather do it the right way. Don't worry about a thing, man. I was glad y'all recommended it, actually, like going back and doing the cabling. Because, you know, I wouldn't have been happy with it once I discovered, like, oh, wait a minute, I should have ran those cables a different way. Right? I wouldn't have been happy with it. So it is all good, man. Much rather do it right, in my opinion. Starting to get quite a few boxes here. Boxes for displaying, you know. I'm still here, I'm just cleaning up. Totally destroyed my office here. Rebooting. they didn't give me any like little small Ziploc bag or anything to put the screws back in. I like doing stuff like this so that people can actually see how long things actually take, right? Because whenever you all cut it down and, you know, I mean, it's better time-wise, of course, but it's also good to show like real-time troubleshooting, real-time cable management adjustment, that kind of stuff. I think that's important, you know. I don't have internet. Let me see if I can get might be able to get a cable connected pretty quick here. Let's see here. Like to go ahead and get it, let it update and all that stuff too, you know. Get it up to speed. Okay. Connected now. Eventually this is going on a domain, but for now I'm just going to say personal. Offline account. I love how they try to entice you to do, you know, like the online accounts and stuff. It says the answer here is limited experience. So it's like you don't want to get the whole thing. You just want limited experience. Okay, yeah, I'm good with limited experience. And then right here it says, or even better, use an online account, right? It's funny. What happened there? Oh, got my video driver installing, it looks like. skip that? Nope. Not letting me skip the security questions here. I'll let y'all look at this while I do that. Why are they asking me all this stuff? Right? Do more across devices with activity history if you want timeline or other Windows features. No. Help from your digital assistant. No. Turn all this off. So this is like location, diagnostic data, tailored experience, advertising ID, inking and typing, find my device, online speech recognition. No. No, thank you. All right, we're cooking. Well, just on the install, like the loading of this, seems like performance is actually pretty good. Not that you would tell a whole lot, but you know, it didn't take forever to load the OS is what I'm getting at. That's pretty cool. Go back and see exactly how long it took, but it doesn't look like it was very long. Downloading updates and stuff. I went ahead and checked for updates, so now it's getting them all. Or not all of them, it's getting what it thinks it needs at this point. So does anybody have an old GPU they want to sell me? But I'm not selling this computer with an RX 570 in it. It's just a business machine, so I don't need anything great. I'm trying to fix the video real time here. Yeah, I need something super basic. I mean, yeah, I'll look at some NVIDIA stuff. This could take a really long time. It's got the 1909 update, what it's doing now. So I'm going to probably just end the stream here because, you know, that's really all I'm going to be doing is doing the updates and restarting and all that stuff. Nothing too crazy. Unless y'all have something else in mind. I'll probably head over to DCA maybe, if they're still up. I think that's what we should do, is head over there and check them out. Yeah, it's only like 18% right now, and I've got like a 300 meg download internet, so it's a huge update. Basically a new OS. So that is it. That is what I'm going to leave it with. I think that, you know, we'll just head over to DCA, check them out, see what they are up to. But this was fun, right? Kind of a cool little build. Now I just need a GPU and I'll be all happy. I'll be good to go. All right, so let's head over to DCA. Let me see if I can pull up there. See if they're actually up. Yeah, they're live. It's probably just, yeah, it's Nemesis and Crypto Mikkel, right? So I think that's it. I'll throw this in the chat if y'all want to head over there. Give them an old Savage raid, and I'll see you guys next time. This was 2.5 hours almost. All right, stay savage, everybody. See you later.